you are number 1, okay, your Kwa is this one. Anybody number 1? Now, if you're number 1, it represents the direction of the north. You want to jot it down? North. And number 2 is southwest. Number 3 in your house area is east. Number 4 is southeast. Okay? Like I say, number 5 is either number 2 or number 8. All right? So number 6 is the northwest. Number 7 is the west. 8 is northeast. And 9 is the south.
All these numbers have been derived, like how it is derived that number 4 should be this southwest and number 6 should be one, like the east or something.
This is a very good question. They would take at least 2 weeks to explain to you. Now, like I say, if you were here during the first course, we did touch upon that. Okay, when the 2 Kwa, the heaven and the earth emerge, and then the directions start to evolve, This is only the numbers assigned to it. You know what I mean? Now, if you look at properly, this is south. This must be north, all right? Now, when you look in ancient China, when the king stays here, the king stay here, he look at the south. Now, in Western compass, the north is always at the top, right? But let's say Justin came up with a theory, no, I'm going to put east up here. No problem, right? As long as east is here, west is here, then north is here, south is here. It's only the diagram. The direction is always the same, right? North is north. It's only different, it's the diagram. Am I answering your question? When there's heaven and earth, okay, the movement of the movement of now this represents the full moon. Okay, this represents the opposite. All right, then this represents the crescent of the moon. This is crescent of the moon. This is crescent of the moon. The early 15 days and the later 15 days. And it moves according to the yang and yin energy. Even worse, huh? But at the end of the day, it's all can be explained by mathematics. That's what Justin trying to say. Okay? We are passionate about things. We don't say 1 + 1 is 2 like Western people do. Okay? That's why we use 3 to represent many things. How can you represent many things by the number 3? It's all like in Chinese words, poems, Samsi, Yihang, all these. Number 3 is many. Okay? Even in Tao Te Ching too, okay? 1 bit breeds 2, 2 breeds 3, 3 breeds 1,000 of things. 10,000 of things. Okay. Confusing, huh? Think of your core number, your directions. Go back and find out, how you're gonna improve your area, improve your life, etc. Besides these tricky questions, what other questions that in your mind? Okay.
I still have the same question. If you let's say south,
right.
Should you to improve whatever that area? Should you put more south, or should you compensate or add the north, the opposite?
Oh, okay. Now, the question that you asked is very good. The answer is no. Okay. Now, when you find out your number, then you find out your area. You find out area, like I say, what are you going to do with your area? Very simple. Okay. Those are the few things that you need to observe.
But it will be a conflict. If you have the fire, if you put
the reason why I showed you the YouTube, right? When there's a yin, there's always a yang. Like you're feminine, but you're not 100% female. Inside you, there must be some masculinity in yourself. Likewise, a male, outside we look like a man. Okay? Inside, we cry too sometimes, you see? Okay? A little bit of water is, because water is source of life, okay? And water breeds everything, okay? Beside the sun, okay? Beside the heat, okay? Any questions? We have half an hour.
When you talk about the area,
Right.
how far out did we go? I mean, are we talking about that corner of the bedroom, that corner of the living room, or what?
Now okay. First of all, you must have a floor plan, right? Then, by using the Google nowadays, Google is fantastic now. You have the GPS. Turn at 20 meters, turn at 10 meters, it's so accurate nowadays. The Google directions, if you have a floor mat, then you put the area, northeast, southwest, then you divide northeast, southwest into 8 directions. Just enlarge it in your whole area, okay? We're talking about big Tai Chi here. The question is, do we use every room or different part to look at your core area? No. Okay? In a bigger Tai Chi, we call it bigger Tai Chi, we use that first. All right? And small Tai Chi we use for other things. Okay? For instance, that house, okay, you share with someone else. You sublet to someone else. Then your bigger Tai Chi becomes a small Tai Chi. That your room, then you put another 8 diagram to find out your core area. You know what I'm trying to say? Right.
Does things change from year to year or over time?
No. That's forever, since birth. Okay. We are not going to get into detail of reading your destiny, your life charts, your embedded code in the life periods. This is very complicated. Okay. This is a simple feng shui 101. Okay. You know this first. Okay. And try to get your self, get yourself on hold on the area, and try to make use of the area to benefit you and your family. Okay. Then question I know a lot of questions. Like you say, the Qian Gua represent father. How can it represent me? Okay. Now, in a bigger context, nutshell, that represents 6 father and son and 6 siblings. That's all. Okay. Besides that, they also represent your life Gua. All right. In ancient Chinese life calculation, they use this. Okay. In ancient Chinese, they use this. All right. Try it, okay? What are you gonna lose? Go back if anybody who doesn't know don't know your Gua number yet. Okay, all right. So you can check it out at page 2 here. Okay, the area, the directions that your Gua number represent. Good question. Any other?
Well, there's more than one person in the family,
Right.
in the household.
Right.
So you look at the father or the mother first, or both, and then kind of ignore the children's. How does that work? Because, or you have to look at everybody within the household.
We don't discriminate. Okay. Now, first of all, we look at everybody. That's why I say life Gua is personal. Okay, that area represents you. Okay, it can also probably you and your father have the same Gua life. You know what I mean? Okay, you go find it out, right? Okay.
So for household that has like 7 people,
Right.
then there will be a lot of restrictions in how you can put things.
Well, there's no restrictions here. We only
Basically,
right.
maybe 7 different directions. You cannot put a piano. Then you don't need much space where you can choose where to put a piano.
Oh, now okay. Room for anything. Okay. In the middle, sometime. Okay, you can put it right in the middle of the house. Well, I mean, if you look at Hong Kong's apartment, when you open the door, corridor, room. In the middle, there's the place there for you to put, right? Okay. Well, if let's say you need to compromise, all right. If I need to place that piano, then what are you gonna do? Keep it clean. Try not to put too many stuff in the area. This is only an example, but all of these are common sense sometimes. Okay. We believe that when certain things block the flow of energy, especially during Chinese New Year, okay, we clean all the stuff and let the new energy come in. New energy welcome clean place. Once the energy come in, you look at your place full of clutter, full of old style, the energy go out right away. This is what we believe, okay, right. Now, if you want to go one step further, okay, let's say for instance the south area is you, okay, you can paint the area in light red color, or put a red carpet there, to support your life, energy. Okay. No. If your qua number is 9, right. If you look at this page here, I believe it says quite a bit, right? This page here. I mean a bit small, but it's there. This page here. We don't have the page number, sorry for that. The first one is the Gua, and the third one is the Gua, the name of the Gua. Translation, okay, creative force. Then the fourth one is sky, heaven and sky. The area is northwest, represent father, represent your head, okay? Now, for instance, let's say if your Gua number is 乾 Gua, okay, or number 6 Gua, that also represent the head, okay? If the area is dirty or the area is not taken off, then your head you have migraine, you have headache most of the time, okay?
So it means like if it's 6, then you should put some metal item over there.
Right, exactly. Now you're there now. Like I said, we have early days and later days. We're not going to use early days. We only use later days. Now we Chinese believe in practicing inner alchemy. Okay, we need to go back to where we come from. Okay, where we come from is the early days Bakwa. Okay, so we're not going to use it. We're not going to touch on it. Okay, thank you for pointing it out. Doesn't represent the Gua number. This is only sequential. So a bit.
There's still 8. Okay, ignore numbers, but there's still 8 here. Here there are 9.
What you use is that you use the Gua, not the outer number. This number is sequential. Okay?
No, I understand. I mean, here in center there is no Gua. So
Center no Gua, you're right. Right. So find out your Gua number and look at this chart here. Okay? You find out the directions, then go back and check it out. Okay, this one here. Good questions, okay? Any other questions? Yeah? Like I say, Gua beside represent your family member, representing your life Gua. It also represents the seasons. It also represents the sky and earth. Okay. It also represent your passions. Okay. Whether you are an anger person, you are a passionate person. It got different square annotation ascribed to it. Okay. So when you look at, let's say, when you mention zhen, okay, zhen, the arousing means zhen. If you want to look at how it forms, zhen is actually the first sunlight when it comes out. This is how, when the first sunlight comes out, so it's from the east. Okay, so arising from the east. Okay, then when things start to shake, okay, and move on and on, so that's how the direction derive. Okay, okay. Now, back to your question, you say number 4, right? So when the east from the east, the first Gua emerged with the one yang. Then after the sun move up, it becomes two yang. Your number 4. You look at your Gua is two yang. So meaning that when people look at the sign at the southeast, the two yang emerge. This is how the southeast come from. This is how the east come from. Okay. Then when we move to the center of the day, the three yangs come out. It's how the movement of the sun and the moon. And then when center of the day, it's so hot, right? So must be all three yangs. That's why the yang movement. Sorry.
Yeah. So does it mean that people with more yang will, appear to be stronger, and people with the yin?
No, not in this context here. It doesn't go into that deep. This is only on the surface. Represent your Gua, your energy, your life, okay? When you talk about too much yin and yang, 5 elements, there is another life pillar story, okay? Or 八字, or 集美道数, all that stuff. Okay? Getting into the surface part of it. Represent you, that's all. Nothing else. Okay? Whether it's you are extrovert, introvert, that doesn't really matter here. Okay? The reason I put it here is for you to know that Gua represents many things. That's all. Okay? You use the Gua in that sense with comparing with other Gua. Let's say you and your husband. Okay? Then we start to compare. When there's a yin and yang, then we start to compare. But now, as if now, we're not going to get into that passionate things. We're going to get into your whether introvert, extrovert, too much yin, too much yang. We're not going to touch upon that. The only thing you need to know is your Gua number, your area, and go back and do all this stuff. Hopefully, it will help you. Okay. When you're using zodiac, you use zodiac. When you use Gua, you use Gua. Okay. Now, when the zodiac animal doesn't mean that it was the same in terms of Gua zodiac. In the Gua, like the Qian Gua represent horse, Doesn't mean that you're born in your horse. It only represent the power of the horse, okay, the masculinity of the horse, okay. So don't confuse zodiac with Gua. They are different things. Okay. In Gua, and the horse zodiac is different. The zodiac, in terms of horse, the fire element is fire. Okay. But in Gua, it represents metal. So separate these two stuff here. Doesn't got to do anything with zodiac here. Sorry.
So but then, like every 12 years, it's a different element, right, for the zodiac.
Right. Exactly.
So then your Gua number will be that Gua number and your zodiac.
No, Gua is Gua. Gua is Gua. Zodiac is zodiac. Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the center?
Okay.
About this place, because I think the people who didn't come the first time
Right.
may not know about Taizim.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
you can just mention a little
Okay.
bit about how you
But I think there are so many questions to answer.
I'm afraid though we may not, it's going
Right.
to be a riddle that we all take home and ponder.
Right.
But that's good because that gives us something to research it. And
You see,
Answered in this book?
yeah,
All
all
the answers.
the answer. I hope so. You see, when
life's riddles are there.
when Justin came to me on how I'm going to present, the first class, it's not easy, especially from foreigners that don't even know the Chinese word, Chinese culture. See, Chinese one words alone can mean a lot of things. Okay, in ancient scripture, when they carve on the bamboo stick, took them so much trouble to carve the word there. Okay, so what they do is that they use one word to tell whole story. Okay, so you need to really into that bonding with the people. Okay, I know the Westerners 2 + 2 is 4. You know, they must go to all this mathematical formula. Okay, but at the end of the day, all these Chinese things came out to be fit well in a Western mathematical formula. Okay. There's not gua, okay? This is called qim, kao qim, okay? When they go to this temple, especially Buddhism or Daoism temple, we need to see gua also represent things that the kingdom of the past, when they feel the unknown, what do? Okay? When they ask someone that is no knowledge better than him, okay? So they need to seek so-called the divine answer. It started off with when they burn the tortoise shell, okay? Burn it. After burn it, they look at the tortoise shell with different directions. Then from different directions, they ascribe different meanings. For instance, whether when I go out today, it will rain or it will not rain, okay? So we start to burn the turtle shell. Then, turn to the left, no rain today. Right? Turn to the right, it rained today. Okay? It happened to be what they believe in their culture, okay? And it's working for them for so many years. Okay? Then later on, things start to evolve when the creation words start to become more and more, when our intellectual become develop, things start to get complicated, like today, okay? So the ancient people like to draw things, like to do things by observing the movement of the planets, okay? Now, for instance, in feng shui, do you know that 2,000 years ago, there's one scripture saying that there's a small town where about 400 people live there. Everybody got cancer and dying. So they consulted a master. A master said, well, we change the house directions to the east, okay? Then after a period of time, that place boom with more and more people, become thousands of people, okay? The reason is simple. They say there's a simple words there. Because we tap into the energy of the east. In Chinese means 十闪黑之光, the first light from the east. Okay? Now everybody start to recover. Now, nowadays, scientists discover that when the sunlight travels to the earth, it will take 8.5 minutes. Now, the 8.5 minutes reach the earth is where the first light of the east that we can tap into, that make you healthier. Now, what happened after 8.5 minutes? Here comes the 5 elements. When the sun hit the Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, reflected down to Earth. Nowadays, we prove that there are 92 spectrums of light rays in the sunlight they receive. Ancient people say, this is 5 elements. Now, when we say these 5 elements, you guys say, wow, this is superstitious. But now, scientists proven that these are reflection of the other 8 planets. Okay? Now, when you go to see doctor, okay, you have a bone calcium loss. 骨質疏鬆點講？英文 What does doctor advise you to do? Huh? Huh? Take sunlight, exactly. Take sunlight, right? Sunbathe in the morning, right? Now, if you take sunbathe, that will improve your bone calcium. What if you take the moon bathe, the Jupiter bathe, the Mars bathe, Now, all these Chinese 2,000 years ago is embedded in the scriptures that you need to do this, at that time. But Chinese always try to cover things, okay? When they have certain secrets, they will not tell this is the right way, this is the rationale behind. you know, blah, 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 okay? Now we can prove, like I said, you know, all this proven by science, okay? Right? Makes sense? I had a regular column in the Standard since 2009, okay? There are lots of explanation about the yin and yang, how the earth is formed, you know, and how improve your life, you know, etc., etc., okay? And this place here, we offer, like I say, okay, we try to promote the so-called Chinese culture, okay? But all the classes here so far, except this one, okay, are conducted in Cantonese. We have classes, like I say, the Confucius Analects, Lao Tzu, Dong King, Yi Jing, you know, courses in Yi Jing. If you know Chinese, you serve the word Wai Gong Tong. YouTube came out with about 200 videos up there right now, if you're interested. We, in fact, invited Richard Ho Man Wei, you know, Ho Man Wei, to be our guest speaker. And we have professor from Hong Kong University, professor from Hong Kong Science and Technology, that talk about Daoism, inner alchemy, and the Confucius, and every Friday, 7 to 9, free of charge. Oh, by the way, we just invited a 91-year-old so-called Chinese medicine practitioner, but not certified in Hong Kong, happened to be certified in China. He talked about how to improve your energy, lifestyle by doing by using the right diet, so-called the right diet. Okay, it's the second Friday of the month. Okay, if you are interested, you can join us too. Okay, like I said, all in Cantonese. All in Cantonese. Sorry, yeah. It is so hard to use English to explain this, you know. Put it this way, Westerners are good at presenting the Taoism, the so-called the Chinese culture. They are good at presenting, but sad to say that they're losing the essence. I have to tell them. Okay, like Wayne Dyer, you know, you heard about Wayne Dyer, interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. He said, "Wow, Taoism is nothingness. Okay, I throw away my stuff. I donated all my stuff." This is what Wayne Dyer said. You know, he's one of the best motivational speakers in the United States. Then after that, he bought back a house. He bought back the material stuff. This is not Taoism. Okay, you see the point here. Then people always misquote the word, 1,000 miles begin with a single step. This is motivational stuff. Okay? This is not Taoism theory of the essence. Justin, am I doing all right? But at least I want you to feel that in the general message, you got it. Okay, but when you get deep into it, you need a lot of work. You need to think like Chinese. Okay. Your concern is valid, and it is pretty much all the same. Okay, but like I say, you know, this culture works for more than 2,000 years. It must be some essence or something that is behind it. Okay, and like I say, a lot of things can be explained by science, by mathematical formulas. But at the
is this Feng Shui or part of Feng Shui?
Feng Shui, this is part of Feng Shui. Okay. And all this is part of, like I say, a small part of Dao.
So this is in a very private realm, very your home or your life.
Right.
How do you scale it back further into
your
community, your city,
right,
the world, whatever it is? How do you scale that? How does that work at a larger scale?
Okay, now this is this is a very good question. Okay, but today the simple Gua, like I say, only represent your life. Okay, when you talk about bigger community, it involves not only Gua, it involves the so-called the Qi of Gua. This different dimension now. Okay, this is very complicated.
That's like spatial design, right? For instance, like I had read an
Right.
If the temples, the buildings are laid out
Right.
in a certain way
Right.
for this,
Right.
It's a physical component.
Right.
It's also much more complicated.
Right. Now, when we use the Bakwa alone, like I said, it represents you. And we use Bakwa and the so-called 9-star energy. You look at the Chinese feng shui, the 9 pillars, you know. That particular stuff combined, then you put it into, like you say, the Forbidden City. This is how they build it, according to that part. Okay? It's complicated. Get to know your Kwa first. Right. The things, the least they want to do is confuse you, okay? Like I say, when I try to organize this, I try to get it as simple and as practical as you can get. But I know that when I present a tool to you, you're going to ask, how am I going to use it? How this tool come from? You know what I mean? That you need a bit of work. You need a bit of hard work to study it, okay?
How do you use it?
Well, besides this is a very simple first step of Kwa. Okay? I combine that with, like I say, the 9 pillars, 9 boxes, the magic square formula. Like I said, remember the diagonal, the straight add up to be 15, Chinese magic square. That energy we combine with Kwa. Okay? And then you study your life pillars, your secret code embedded in your birth dates. Okay? When we believe that today, if you're born today, then the element is, let's say, fire. Okay? Then we study that, is that fire strong enough? Do you need to support your fire? Or is your fire weak? We use that different element to support you. If your fire is too strong, then, like I say, we need to counteract it. You know, when there's too much fire, we need to use water. Okay? Now, when there's too little fire, you need to use something to ignite fire. Like what? Like wood. Wood burn fire. Wood ignite fire. Okay, this is 5 elements. So it's a whole set of things that I've been studying for the past 20 years. If 5 minutes, I'm not going to, I'm going to explain this to you.
Like you talk about Chi's energy and we call it prana in India
Right,
and Reiki in Japan.
Right.
Like there are many names.
Right.
And I think it all is the same energy. Is this energy Chi? Is one type of energy or it's many types of energy?
Now, in the broader sense, all you mentioned, all the above, or energy. Now, when we talk about the pure energy, is the energy that derive when your father and mother gave birth to you. Okay, that energy will dictate your future. That energy will dictate whether what element you lack of or what element you want. Okay, Reiki is part of energy that you try to harness. I studied it 20 years ago. Okay.
Is it good or bad? Like many people say it's not good that you should harness energy. You should, do it through meditation or through other ways. So
Right.
is it good to harness energy?
That's a very tough question to answer you. Okay? But if you want me to answer you, is no. Daoism believe go with the flow. And Daoism believe that you need to cultivate the Daoist way. Daoist way is meditation. Okay? Now, a lot of people, I take a few minutes to explain about the meditation. I explain it in a scientific way. Okay? If you sleep 8 hours, you still feel lethargic. If you sleep 4 hours, you still feel lethargic, right? But if you meditate for 1 hour, we believe that while you sleep, your subconscious and conscious mind, the only thing is that your conscious mind black out. But your subconscious mind is always working. You know what I mean? If you feel bad that day, you're not going to sleep well, right? It makes sense? Because your subconscious mind keep on bothering you. Now, the Daoism meditation, we put this subconscious mind and this conscious mind together, and we try to intertwine it like the intercourse of the yin and yang. So when you intercourse the subconscious and conscious mind, level it, that particular moment, your body is relaxed 100%. And you meditate up to 48 minutes, you start to produce blood cell, new blood cell. You believe in Chinese belief in karma. believe in reincarnation. When you sleep, your blood cell it will produce a new cell, but in the old way. If you carry bad karma, that bad karma cell will come out. If you meditate for 48 minutes, the new cells start to produce without the bad karma. Now that's why some scientists say that the cancerous person, two things will cure. They do not eat anything, the cancer will cure. Then they meditate, the cancer cells will be gone. We believe cancer cells is part of the cell that carry bad karma. Okay, whether you believe it or not, I believe. Okay? Get too much out of things. Okay, like when I say meditate. Okay, you don't need to sit down and breathe. When you walk, you can meditate. When you talk, you can meditate. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, it's just that how you control your subconscious mind and conscious mind and put it in balance. That's all. That's all we need. Okay. Now, certain people meditate. They come up with different bad reactions. They see things. They feel things. Okay. And this is another story. This probably they are like say Jesus facing a devil to try to topple him, or Buddha too. For 49 years, Buddha preaching the teaching of Buddhism. He faced a lot of problems. A lot of problems because of the previous life that he did. Okay? Someone go and smack him. He will not smack them back. He said, the third life, I smacked him. Now he smacked me back. To put the story in a very simple term, okay? This is the so-called the karma, dharma, the cause and effect, the reincarnation process, lunwei, all these things, okay? No, but there's my meditation room there. Now, Chinese believe that, try this, okay? The emperor, the first empress of China, he has a very good practice. He tried to take a nap during noontime. Now, go back to the Gua energy, okay? The noontime is when the Ying energy, the Yang energy start to subside, and the Yin energy start to emerge. The Yin and Yang, the Gua, okay? So noon is where the Fu Yang energy try to subside. The first Yin comes out. When the first Yin comes out, if you take a nap, you cancel out the Yin energy. This is what the emperor's 慈禧啊，慈禧你點知點講？ This why he practiced every day. Noontime, I must take a nap. Then you face the sun more, okay? More than general people, okay? If your light pillars say that you do not wish to face the sun, you need to face the moon, then, you take a moon bath, every 15 a month, okay? 答唔答到你？你睇下你係 right， 係咯，情緒上面有波動。You see, he mentioned that if I face the moon, I say, which moon you face? If you face a full moon, even the animals have a direct impact because of the full moon. The low tide, high tide are related to the movement of the moon, okay? Good question, Jamu. You have the time of the period, right? It's all related to cycle of the moon. 因為月係嗰個週期咧，係同女人嘅週期一樣啊，係咯。咁你自不然係其實影響，除咗影響男之外咧，佢亦都影響女嘅。The movement of the moon is the circle of your woman, the M, okay, and it will impact on your body, right? Some people get moody, some people get excited, sometimes, that not only affect women, but male as well. Because when I say there's a yin, there's always a yang. The yang, there's always a yin. The yin and yang impact on your body, okay? The 5 elements, the energy of Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, what else? Satan, 5 of them represent 5 elements. That would impact your thinking. That's what we believe. Okay?
Did you mention 48 minutes?
Yeah, 48 minutes.
Interesting because quite recent study shows that up to 45 minutes you have actually a regeneration of cells, of nerve cells.
Right.
So any meditation less than 45 minutes does
It's-
not do anything.
Exactly.
So actually you do have the nerve cells that are
Right.
regenerating.
So this is science, right? See?
Very fine.
Right.
Yeah,
But whether you meditate half an hour, 20 minutes, whether it will help, it will help, definitely help. But if you want to,
that's for what?
right, depends on what you want. Some people, 5 minutes meditation will refresh their feelings, their energy back. Okay, but when we talk about when the subconscious and conscious mind together, you need to produce a new cell, a new you. You need to meditate at least for 48 minutes. It's not easy. Yes, sir.
I guess I've got several questions going around my head, but first one is, would you say that Gua and Qi are the real central elements of Taoism?
No, there's yes. If you want me to answer, yes. But the Gua explanation today, okay, we only touch upon the surface. There are deeper meaning inside. Okay, the early days Bagua is where we come from. Now, when we want to go back to that area, we need to use the later days Bagua to improve your life. Then the later days Bagua to go back to early days Bagua.
The significance of the Gua
Right.
is the way that it interacts with Qi.
Yes.
Without the Qi, the Gua really doesn't mean it.
Exactly. Yes, you can say that. That part is actually hurting the promotion of Taoism, for sure. But some of that, especially when they write on the so-called piece of paper, is ancient, so-called the ancient Taoism. Okay, where we believe that we need to get the aid or get the help from the heaven energy. So what do? They will put on a spell or certain energy into that piece of paper, okay, in order to help person.
The trance, right? You go into a trance.
You see, it's hard for me to comment because I don't know what you're referring to. Because there are some that, like you say, they claim to be Taoism, but it's not Taoism. Okay, but whether it is or is not, I don't know because I didn't see it. Okay? Right. But what I'm trying to say is that Taoism do use certain parts of so-called the help from the heaven, so-called. Okay, when they write on the so-called fuwa, say fuwa, things like that. It is part of traditional ancient Taoism belief. Okay.
And if I can ask one last question.
Yeah.
Look around this room.
Right.
Can you point out significant feng shui elements of this room that are most important?
Everything is important. Good question. You see, when we are at 5th floor, okay, where all the surrounded by tall buildings, what we need to do is the sunlight. We look at all the rooms that we have, mirror type, so that you can have access of more sunlight energy. Okay, this is part of the feng shui that we are trying to get here. Okay, this is part of Chinese design. Okay, if you want to call it feng shui, yes, it's feng shui because the door, okay, when people start to picking, from outside, it interfere me, it interfere you. So when we try to put a so-called, things here to segregate, the yin and the yang energy, right? Now, when you talk about that Gua, like I said, that Gua is a simple, your life Gua. That's not your life pillars where you need your date of birth to analyze all this. Okay, whether you are introvert, extrovert, whether you lack of this energy, nothing like that. It's not deep as that. It's only a Gua that represents you and the house. That's all.
Okay, so that
right.
I understood. So the thing, you put the thing in the
Right.
house, whatever, that's, fine.
Right.
Now, you get out of the house.
Right.
You go out to whatever, you know, eat breakfast or go meet somebody,
Right.
your lectures
Yeah.
or whatever it is. And you know, how does that, wow, whatever, that kind of...
No, that will not apply. Nothing to do with that. Right.
Okay, so
Right.
how does the Daoism, whatever it is, concept or way of life or philosophy or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
move outside the house into your normal life? Is there any way?
Nah, okay. I think we are getting much more bigger problem here. Okay. Now Taoism is not feng shui, but feng shui is Taoism. You know what I mean? Chinese medicine is Taoism, but Taoism is not Chinese medicine.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
So what is not Daoism?
Nothing. All is Tao. Nothing. We need to go back to nothingness. Okay, where we come from.
Okay.
Exactly. If you came to first class, Taoism is nothingness. Okay.
Yeah, no, okay. That means the first class. But so once you, okay, I'm just trying to understand.
Right.
Because obviously, out of the house is where I spend most of the time.
Right.
And you know, in a very pragmatic way, how does Taoism beyond what we learn today?
Right.
How can we learn more about what Taoism out of this context?
Right. That's a very big question. Start dressed like Chinese first, and then start to go to drink Chinese medicine. No, I put it this way. Today is a very simple thing that when I talk to Justin, I want to help you to know about this Chinese culture, and that part is only a slice or the tip of the iceberg. And Taoism is a lot of things, okay? Now, call me after you read my books. Then we talk about what Taoism is.
I just check your website. I don't see you have a nap, or I was hoping to have a nap, like, you know, you go out the street and say, here's what you eat.
No. Now, this is superstitious.
I know. Just making a joke.
And I also call you.
Yeah, why not? Yeah?
If the number is metal or has some element of metal,
Right.
when you say you need to clean this and no metal,
Right.
is it clash or I still have to follow that?
Follow this. Yeah, follow this. Because heavy metal start blocking the energy. Too much of metal block the energy. Okay, right. Justin.
Well, I wanted to say Kerby, because I think pretty soon we're going to get into the questions like, you know, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Why are we here? Let's hear it.
You know, this funny thing, you know, in order for me to have, Chinese say, have this so-called talk, there are 6 big elements or energy that pull together, okay, in order to have this materialize. That could be your past life energy. And then, of course, the first energy is Justin. Okay.
But the thing also I wanted to kind of have in coming here today is, first of all, that we can appreciate how complex and complicated this really is. And so when you're in a bookstore and you see a book that says, you know, fix your feng shui in 24 hours, it's probably not real.
Right.
So at least we have a first step
Right.
in maybe the direction to go to. And yeah, I will continue to talk to Kerby about classes. But also I was thinking today actually about maybe we can separately have like almost like maybe one of the books have like a study session or something, because I almost feel like some of us, if we were interested, could get a lot out of reading the books and then kind of having a better sense about the very basics. That way, when we come to a class,
Right.
we already have a little bit of understanding. It's like the beginning of the
Right.
beginning. And then
Then you can fly.
Yeah. And then we'll be eternal. So we'll have
Right.
But then at least we'll have a little bit better of a sense and maybe use the time more efficiently too.
Right.
So anyway, that's my idea.
Can you give me 1 minute to explain Tao? Okay. Last class. Okay. You see, about 4 years ago, when I tell my daughter now is about 14, okay? I say, Cassie, you know, this stuff is moving. She said, you're crazy. But last year I told him that this stuff is moving. Yeah, the molecule inside, got proton, got electron, you know, start moving, things like this, continue moving. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay? Now, atoms, molecules made out of atoms. You have atomic power. Then later on, they discovered that atoms break it down to nucleus, to proton, electron. You have nuclear power. Now, the smaller it gets, the more powerful it gets. You agree with me? Now, where this thing energy comes from or go to? Take a guess. Nothingness. The source of energy. Tao. See how powerful Tao is? Make sense? Okay. Okay, thank you guys. All right.